Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Trainwreckers. Probably sorry that we had to cut it off last session.
I'm
I had
probably
shit
just
to
going to
do.
edit the episodes together, so...
Never mind then. Okay, so we resume in the middle of combat. I believe the combat started, so the initiative begins again. The party was facing off against two Displacer Beasts in the Labyrinth of Tyrion the Tyrant. Alright, so Jovengard is... Yes?
Also, Willow isn't here, so...
Yes. Oh, yeah, sorry. Willow is not here, so I will be playing the part of Illyria today. And I assume these three will make me roleplay her as much as physically possible.
Pet all the animals.
Of course. Alright, so...
Poke things with sticks.
Yeah. Starting off at the beginning of combat, Jovengard is going to point at the Displacer Beast that is currently grabbed onto the side of the wall and cast Guiding Bolt on it. So he has to make his attack. As he raises his hand up to cast Guiding Bolt, there seems to be a bit of arcane interference, and there's a explosion, and the Guiding Bolt does not come out. He rolled a 1. All right. Next in the combat, the first Displacer Beast. I believe that one was going against you, Gurman.
I thought
The
first one
was
was
fighting Bandok and...
Kiana,
what's her
Oven,
name?
and Bandok.
Yeah.
Kiana, Oven, Bandok. Okay, so the first Displacer Beast is going to make its 2 strikes against you, Bandok, and it's starting to look like it's going into fight or flight mode.
Are you remembering the command spell I cast on it?
Oh yeah, oh shit, I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me.
Sit
So
was the
on
command.
its turn, that Displacer Beast, its eyes, you see a brief flash of white divine energy as it just drops to its butt and sits down and does nothing.
Starts purring.
No, not yet. All right, Oven, you're up. You do hear
Gross. Hairballs. It happens. It's sad. I don't have my shit up, because I was not prepared for this to actually happen today. Bear with me. Oh, and look, all of my shit's signed out because Chrome broke early today, so... As I say, bear with me.
cut this. We'll cut this part out. You'll cut this part out. I don't do anything.
Will I really do that?
Probably not.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like me.
While he gets his stuff up, I'm going to describe the situation. One Displacer Beast is currently squaring off against Kiana, Bandok, and Oven, while the other one is facing Jovengard, Illyria, Gurman. There's another member of the party I'm forgetting.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, that's only 6.
No, never mind.
4 of us and 2 NPCs. Yeah.
Well, there's also Devlin and Raccoon.
The raccoon can't do anything in combat. That's literally in his description. It can't do anything in combat.
It's got a bite. It does
I
1
can
piercing
quote
damage.
the thing. In combat. It rolls its own initiative, which I should have done, and acts on its own turn. It can't attack, but it can take other actions.
Then why have I got a bite on his character sheet?
Because that's the
it's-
raccoon animal.
Yeah, raccoon is technically not a familiar on the list, but
I
yeah,
allowed
it's
it because
being
it was
nice.
funny as shit.
Yeah.
Sounds like homebrew D&D in a nutshell.
The best read.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably should have noticed this wasn't a legit character sheet when I saw thick boy as an ability description.
Fwump
So-
is a fat lad.
Should I roll his initiative, or he's not going to do
Next
anything?
next
Fucking-
combat,
never
do
mind.
it. This combat will mulligan it.
Yep, that's fine. Just he's not going to do anything. What have I still got? I've got one first and a lot of second, but they've all area of effect. That's shit. Okay, I'm just gonna cast Ray of Frost on the injured one that's next to me.
All right. Go ahead and make your spell attack.
That's a +5. Looks like.
This would be the one that's sitting, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. So you have advantage.
Oh, okay. Hang on. There we go. 17.
That hits. Roll damage.
I think that's it's 17. What's my damage for this spell? I have forgotten. Literally, I was not prepared for today.
1d8
1d8
for Ray of Frost. 1d8 cold damage, and it loses 10 feet of movement. I know too much. I know too much about. Fuck! Popcorn went down the wrong way.
8.
8 damage. Dying. So
Yep.
you raise your hand up, casting the bolt of frost that shoots, actually impacting it on the side of its face.
I shouldn't
Causing it
laugh,
to-
I know it sucks, but just clear your throat properly, dude. Just give yourself a minute.
Causing almost a sheet of ice to go over half of its face, as that damage is enough to break it out of the command spell, and it gets back up on its feet. But it's starting to look around frantically, and it's kind of eyeing the other one, who's not that injured, but it's starting to go into fight or flight mode. All right, next turn. Kiana is up.
No,
So-
it's the second displacer beast now.
Is it? God damn it. I can barely think right now.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
That's why I have the initiative list on
Dr.
the
Pepper.
main page.
I have my own one too. All right, so Kiana, being the badass monk she is going to square the fuck up with this displacer beast.
It's not her turn.
Ah, fucking goddamn it! The cough just ruined everything. Okay, so the second displacer beast, is going to make one attack against Gurman and the other against Illyria. Gurman, your armor class.
1 sec. Well,
No one was ready. 12? Okay. So the first attack hits you, and the second attack hits Illyria. So, Gurman, you take 10 points of piercing damage as the appendage sinks into the side of your leg and rips out a good chunk of flesh. The second attack hits Illyria and dealing another 10 points of piercing damage.
am I allowed to take a reaction now?
You are.
All right, I'm going to hold on. I'm going to cast Hellish Rebuke as a first level.
All right. What's the save?
You have Warcaster?
No, Hellish Rebuke is a
Dex 13.
reaction.
Oh, it's a reaction. Okay, yeah. I was confused.
And I do have Warcaster.
You said
picked
it
that
was
too.
what?
Cool.
What?
Dex
Don't get that at
13.
fourth. What? 14. Rolls a natural 20 on its save. So
13.
it'll only take half damage.
All right, let me roll. No,
9 damage, half to 5. As it rips the tentacle out, you actually sort of reel back, but raise your hand up from the bottom, and a blast of fire comes out. It tries to jump up to dodge it, but it catches its back leg and sends it careening to the ground. All right. Kiana's turn finally, and Kiana's gonna do what Kiana's gonna do and square the fuck up with this displacer beast.
feel like I've gone back in time about 3 minutes.
Yeah. She hits her first strike and is going to do flurry and is going to use her third key point to do flurry of blows. Hitting both of them. This is going to be nasty. 15. All right. So you see Kiana's fists glow with a sort of golden energy as you just see and 3 punches to the face. The first one shattering the ice that was there from your attack, Oven. The second one dislocating its jaw, and the third one smashing its nose deep into its face as the Displacer Beast drops over dead.
Cool.
Illyria's turn. She's going to use her bonus action to move Hunter's Mark over to the second Displacer Beast. And she's going to shoot her bow.
Is she?
Is she?
Would she do that when she knows it's just going to hit, what's his name? Bandok?
Bandok was squared up with the first one. The second one is further away from Bandok.
No.
It's not within 10
she
feet.
just saw, because in the previous game she had just seen her last attack swerve
true.
and hit Bandok,
Yeah.
so she knows that's still in effect.
That's true. I'm going to roll to see what she does.
Alright.
Got a 3 on the 20-sided die, so she's going to shoot at the other Displacer Beast.
Alright.
All right.
In fairness, it does sound like a very Illyria thing to do.
That hits Bandok. You see her shoot the arrow, and it doesn't veer towards you. It appears that only targets close to you will cause the effect to happen. All right. She deals 7 points of piercing damage to the Displacer Beast as the arrow sinks into its side. Bandok, you are up.
Alrighty then. Let's have a look at the state of things. Alright. As a bonus action, I want to cast Compelled Duel.
Okay, what's the save?
12 whiz.
And the effect?
If it fails, the creature has disadvantage on attack rolls against anything but me, and it must make a wisdom saving throw each time it attempts to move more than 30 feet away from me.
I got a 19 plus 1. So it makes the save as it shrugs off the effect.
In that case, I will just charge straight at it.
Gotcha, roll your attack. Using your charger feat, correct?
Yep.
Nice.
I always forget my to hit.
Plus 4.
$11.
As you charge at the Displacer Beast, it actually slinks between your legs, tripping you, and your attack misses, but you don't fall prone as you manage to catch yourself.
Sometimes I really wonder why I bother.
Gurman, you're up.
Out of character question.
Yep.
Am I able to activate my longsword and then attack with it in the same turn?
Yes, it's a bonus action to activate it and an action to attack.
Am I within range of any melee range of any enemies?
Not currently. You're about 5 feet away from the Displacer Beast that just dodged out of Bandok's way, so you'd need to just move closer to attack with it.
Okay. I'll activate my Flame Tongue longsword and make a melee.
All right. Go ahead and roll. all of you see Gurman speak a word, and the sword that once belonged to Ross Greatshade just with golden fire as he runs toward the Displacer Beast, making his attack.
6.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
That was 16 to be clear, not 6. It cut off.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah. You say to say it for the audience's sake. So.
Gotcha.
Eight.
Also roll 2d6 for the flame damage, fire damage from the sword.
Eight and 9, so a total of
17.
17. Nice. So you actually take your sword, activate it mid-swing, and slice off one of the Displacer Beast's appendages.
nice.
All right. Back up to the start of the initiative order. Jovengard is going to look at the other Displacer Beast, point his hand out, and cast Eldritch Blast once more. Missing the first one, the Displacer Beast ducks, but the second one hits it right in the side. Dealing a total of 6 points of force damage. Avin, you're up.
Same again to the other one, I guess.
All right, go ahead and roll your attack.
That was 5 points of force damage, right?
Yeah,
23.
6 points. 23, that hits. Roll damage.
6.
6. You see the tentacle actually coming around to swing at Gurman, but you put your hand up and fire your bolt of ice, and it freezes the base of it, so it really can't just get it around to hit him. All right, Kiana's turn. She takes out a dart from her bag, and
It's still not Kiana before the second Displacer Beast.
fuck. Yeah, you're right. I'm not counting them in initiative for some reason. Okay, the second Displacer Beast is going to attempt to run away. Bandok and Gurman, you both get attacks of opportunity.
How far away from me is it?
You were fighting the second one, so I'd say it's a good 15 feet from you.
Oh, okay, never mind.
You were fighting the first one, sorry.
I will choose to take that attack of opportunity.
All right.
As will I.
And Gurman, you used your reaction before the start of your turn, so you have it back.
11 again.
You swing, but it misses.
Hellish Rebuke only works on when I take damage.
Yes.
$21.
That hits. That definitely hits.
Six and 6 for a total of 12.
All right. So, as it attempts to run from you, you take your sword and swing at it, actually catching the tip of one of its appendages and slicing down through the entire thing, almost as if the sword's carving through it like butter. And it hits the torso, and you cleave it in two.
Nice.
Very nice, guys. And that's the end of combat.
Woo.
So after your rather sudden combat experience, it ends. All of you are the adrenaline starting to fade. What do you guys do?
I cast Mage Armor.
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Bandock, I could use some healing if you've got any.
Lasts for 8 hours, and I didn't think to cast it because I'm a dumbass.
I have some left in me. Um, 5 points of lay on hands used on Gehrman.
All right. Jovengard actually says, "Everyone, gather around." As he motions you guys to get closer.
After thanking Bandock for the healing, I do as
Jovengard says. All right. He goes around the circle to each of you, each giving you a touch on the shoulder. Bandock, he has to reach up pretty far to get your shoulder. But every single person in the party regains everyone regains 5 hit points.
Cool. I was still at full, so I got...
Yeah, so he won't
Yeah, I don't remember how injured everyone was, so I don't know how...
I'm still under full, but I'm much closer to full.
All right. With the Displacer Beast defeated and the party moderately healed, you guys get a chance to actually look around the room. It's the large triangle-shaped room with one other passage towards the south.
Yep.
And you can see now what looks to be an almost makeshift nest of the Displacer Beasts with various pieces of equipment, like rusted equipment from adventurers, piles of grass that's mostly dried out. It looks like a nest.
Hey, Yovi.
Oven? Yes.
Displacer stuff. Valuable? Not valuable?
It can be used to make certain potions, especially those of the illusionary kind, but other than that, they're not that valuable. Their pelts are very soft.
Like that pelt over there that we saw when the DM was giving us the first look at the room?
That was stray fur on the ground, like shedding.
Illyria, how many ways are there to skin a cat? Get it?
Well, Oven,
Oh god.
with 2 Displacer Beasts, there's 2 ways to skin a cat, and she's going to attempt to skin both of them. That's her voice. Sorry, Willow.
I hate to bring it up, but I feel like skinning the second one is probably not going to work out too well since it's in
That's
2
probably
big
right. So
pieces.
she's going to skin the first one, or attempt to. Yeah, no. You watch as Illyria takes out a knife, flips it in her hand, and just very easily cuts the pelt off the Displacer Beast and hands it to you, Oven.
Cool. Do kind of feel bad for skinning a cat, though. That's...
At least you didn't beat a dead horse.
Bandot considers the blood still drying on his armor. I'm not.
It'd
Okay.
probably have eaten enough anyway, so.
That's a fair point. Cats tend to do that. Yeah.
Bandok, I need you to make a perception check for me.
$12.
I should put that in the inventory as well.
All right. So as you look about the room, your eyes actually land on the pile of equipment and straw and dried grass where the displacer beast's nest was. Most of the equipment is used as like sort of a base, and it appears to be rusted and ancient, but your keen eyes catch a glimmer of something shiny in there. Look at my phone, because I have a picture of this item. Give me a second. But all you can see is what looks like the corner of a point. Where's my goddamn phone? There it is. All right, and you may do whatever you want with this information.
Friend Gurman, I do believe I see something in that pile over there.
My mic got muted, sorry.
Yes. Come with me a moment, would you?
Of course.
Okay, Bandok will lead Gurman to the pile of equipment in question and start carefully moving stuff off what he spotted using his shield.
All right. You very carefully start pulling out equipment. The nest sort of collapses a little bit. Oh my god, I lost the picture of this item. Give me a second. Oh, there it is. So, you grab the corner of this item, and you pull it out, and it is a beautiful steel shield. In the center is engraved with a circle that looks like an atom, and the outsides curve into different points, and there's little divots in the top and bottom of the shield, and in there, floating, is a little stone. I'm going to send a picture and reference photos for you guys.
Cool. While they're doing that, I'm going to cast Detect Magic as a ritual, because that lasts 10 minutes that I just found out, so that's cool.
All right. So you spend your 10 minutes casting Detect Magic, and it takes you guys about 5 to get the shield out of there. And you get a chance to examine it for a bit. Oven, as you finish your ritual, you get the sort of bat vision pulse that pulses out from you. What's the range on that?
30 feet.
All right. That you see in the pile of stuff as there's nothing magical there. The doorway that you guys entered in through from the maze into the room and the doorway out, like the threshold, you see magic. You see the outline of magic that goes all the way up the walls. And the shield Bandok is holding glows with a very strong magic.
Right, it says I can figure out what school it's from as well.
Oh boy. Okay. Okay. So the sides of the walls, those come from the School of Conjuration. And
Okay.
Bandok's shield comes from god damn it, I believe Evocation.
Evocation, so it makes elemental effects happen, basically.
No, well, okay. I wasn't prepared for this. So,
Sorry
D&D
about that.
Rules of Magic. There we go. Transmutation is the school that his shield has.
Okay. And the walls and stuff are
Actually,
still conjuration.
transmutation and evocation.
Okay. That's interesting. So, the walls are conjuration?
Yes.
So they make things appear. Okay. Anyway, sorry.
Unless you
Friend
choose.
German, what do you make of this shield?
Should I make an Arcana check or?
Make an Arcana check.
Can I assist?
Yes. You can either both roll or give one of you guys advantage.
He can have advantage.
All right, go ahead.
$19.
Without actually attuning to the shield, it's a little bit hard to tell. But you go ahead and poke at it, and with Oven's help, you can figure out that it's magically enchanted. It is a good bit stronger than a normal shield, and attuning to it will let you know its effects, and it appears to have one evocation effect and one transmutation effect.
I relay this to Bandoc.
Well, it can't hurt me any more than the last one I tried on.
It can, actually.
I-
They can
I
double up on
wouldn't
effects.
Friend Oven, this
With
is
your
not helping me convince myself.
with your roll, you also realize that it doesn't have a cursed effect.
I inform Bandoc of this as well.
Speaking of cursed, Illyria is by you, Bandoc, and she is profusely apologizing for hitting you with an arrow.
Friend Illyria, if I did not stop liking you the first time you did it, I would not stop liking you now.
You realize
She's
I'm
thankful.
basically giving her permission, right?
Well, I can handle it better than the rest of us can.
All right. Gurman, Jovengard pulls you aside to one of the corners of the room. Do you wish to go with him?
Yeah, I'll go with.
All right.
Can I make an
Right,
insight check?
Yes, go ahead and roll.
Before you guys go off, should I add a lodestone shield to my inventory?
I will do that personally because this is a custom item that
Alright then.
D&D Beyond does not have. I'll add it after you attune to it, and that'll take a short rest. And you can take that now while they have this conversation.
Alright. Also, it appears that Willow might be making a possible appearance, or she's just checking in and noticing that she took 10 points of damage and feels the world is ending.
Yeah, she's checking in.
11 on the insight check.
He seems to be concerned, and as he sort of looks you very close in the eyes, he goes, I know that spell you used in combat. Eldritch Blast, was it not? Or am I mistaken?
That was Eldritch Blast, yeah.
What sort of being did you make a pact with, Gurman?
I made a pact with Dagon. He approached me in my dream.
As you say the word. Actually, he needs to roll a religion check. What's his religion bonus? Dagon. I've not heard of this being before. What did you give up for power, Gurman?
Well, you see, I have a goal, a great question that I wish to see answered one way or another. And he wishes to know that answer when I reach it.
He sighs very deeply. Listen, Gurman. People like us, warlocks, that is, we usually get the short end of the stick in these deals. I myself am lucky and made a deal with a celestial being rather than a fiendish one. But I know not of this. But should he not be what he says he is, your life, soul, and very mind may be at risk. Please, just promise me you won't do anything stupid.
I nod to him seriously,
Mm-hmm.
and I do promise that I will not do anything foolish, and I request that he allow me to come to him with questions about making pacts should I have further communion with Dagon in the future.
Certainly, Garmin. I'd be happy to help. Also tell Illyria not to be stupid while you're at it.
I'm afraid that one may be a lost cause.
She is. This is what you get when you're not here. All right. So all of you are taking a short rest. Bandok. As you sort of hold the shield in your hand, flip it around a bit, trying to discern its effects, and as you actually attune to it, you know that the shield is +1. The evocation effect of it is you can spend an action to violently pull metal objects towards you, sort of like an attraction, and almost like a very powerful magnet. And the transmutation effect is, should you throw the shield, you can use a bonus action to call it back to you.
So it's a Captain America shield.
Essentially.
I'm going to use one of my Warlock hit die to recover.
All right, go ahead.
HP. One.
As we take the short rest, give me a minute to add this item to your inventory, Bandok. Just keep refreshing the page for me.
I regain exactly enough to get back.
Sweet.
While we are waiting, I just have to now ask, what's the exact definition of equipped as far as things like shields goes?
You would be holding one in your hand, and it would take up one of your... You'd essentially be holding it in your hand, and then you'd have your free to hold something else or do other things.
I was meaning more along the lines of...
You want to wield 2 shields at the same time?
That wasn't actually what I was thinking, but get back to me on that. No, what I was thinking of, what would be required for me to do for it to count as having equipped a shield onto someone?
If it was enchanted, you would not be able to actually force the enchantment on them. But
You have to attune to it first, don't you?
yeah.
So
Yeah. But to equip something to someone, they would either have to be holding it, wearing it, or it would have to be attached to them in some way.
All right, thank you.
is there anything else I can do to prepare? Because now I'm actually thinking about it of how stupid I was earlier.
You also know, Bandok, that the shield, should you throw it, it will be throw it or attack with it, you're more likely to hit with it.
All right. By the way, when did I get a short sword?
That's the item I'm customizing because it does the shield does 1d6.
Ah, gotcha.
Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum.
All right, as you guys finish up your short rest,
Doing it in real time.
oh yeah. All right, as you guys finish up your short rest, the world is yours. What would you like to do?
All right, let's take a look at the map. We still got to be going south? I mean, we've been going south, and now we can keep going south. I think it was south, the other exit.
South, yes.
Yeah, so we still good with going the good with the good?
Well put. And yes, I'm fine with it.
Yes, I see no better course of action before us.
Just for the sake of, being sensible, I would like to cast Detect Magic against because it will have expired during the short rest.
All right. And how long can you concentrate on?
I'm sorry?
How long does that last after you finish casting it?
10 minutes.
All right. So after you guys finish your short rest, Oven, you spend the time to cast the ritual spell Detect Magic, and as you do, your vision flashes once again, and you see the same things you saw before. As you guys continue down the South Passage, you peer at the carvings on the wall. They don't seem to be magical, but there is a very faint magical essence to the entire labyrinth around you. It's very faint, and you're not exactly sure if it has a specific school rather than just being a very magical place.
Or it might just be drawing it from the area above the labyrinth to make that anti-magic effect at the top, maybe.
Perhaps.
This is me theorizing out loud.
Right.
Right, okay. The walls are magic, by the way, people. Just letting you know. Felt like I should
Unsurprised.
probably say something about that. Should we be sneaking? I feel like we should be sneaking.
If you'd like to, you could go ahead and roll stealth checks. Band knock with disadvantage. Illyria will be my...
Here we go again.
Will be my red dice. You'll go be that dice, and Kiana will be that dice. Okay, so
2.
Jovengard is moving very stealthily right now. Kiana and Illyria have struck up a conversation, a pretty loud conversation.
Leaving the
13.
joke aside, just gonna put it aside. It's right there, but we're not gonna. So, is that everyone's rolls? That's everyone's rolls, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Jovengard got a natural 20. Illyria got a 5, and Kiana got a 3.
Yeah.
All right.
Bandoc's just clanking around.
Clank, clonk, clank, clonk.
Bandog
yeah,
elects to lead the party with a rousing rendition of the famous bar song, "The Hedgehog Can't Be Buggered."
as you joyously make your way through the labyrinth, I forgot to add the bot. All right. As you continue to make your way through the labyrinth, peering at the carvings on the wall,
This is
they
the accompaniment to Bandok's song. It's surprisingly somber for such a.
you look at the carvings on the wall, and they actually appear to be cut off as you guys enter the next fork in the road. Looking down, you can see a pathway that and I've assumed you guys have been marking your way this entire time.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
We went south from the exit to where? Like this is one long path. Did it?
And this is actually a rather short path, only about couple hundred feet or about 100 meters.
Straight line, or does it curve?
It goes about diagonally towards the southwest, and then it comes to another path. 2 paths that go, one of them goes straight west, and the other goes straight south.
There we go. Cool.
And at this point, as you guys approach this, it's starting to get to be sort of later into the evening. Around 5 or 6 p.m. Not starting to get dark quite yet, but
I mean, this place is internally lit.
for now.
You established that last session. It's internally lit.
The important part was the "for now."
Alright.
You can also you can also see the sky.
No, we can't get. You said this place is like 1,000 feet tall. There is
Careful,
we can
no
still look
sunlight
straight
getting
up,
down
though,
this
can't we?
far. There is
Yeah, you
no
can
sunlight.
look straight up.
You know how shadows work, right?
I have the logistics of my labyrinth wrong, but anyway,
Surprising, no.
surprising no one. Of course, in a D&D session with writers, y'all are gonna nitpick everything,
Yeah. Well,
including me. But
Yeah.
I believe I said that it was magically lit, so the shadows that were cast from the immense size of the walls wouldn't make the area internally completely dark. But above, you can still see just bits of sunlight coming through. Very faint.
Okay.
Magic. He ain't gotta explain.
It's my world, guys. Stop nitpicking it. Anyway, so you guys are at this fork in the road. What do you do?
I'm gonna flip a coin. Any objections?
I'm gonna roll a die.
Classic band, Doc.
I say
I'm
right.
just gonna stand there.
Right.
Okay, did you roll a die for the sake of choosing something, or did you just roll a die?
I rolled a die for the sake of choosing something. Yes.
Okay, which way?
Right.
So, west?
Yes, west.
Yeah.
Cool.
Alright. You guys turn down the west passage, making your way into another room, about the size of the room where you saw the first carvings at the start of the maze. In that room, as you look to the left, there is another passage that heads down and then turns left again, sort of going back the way you came, but into a different area, and you can't see further than that.
So, it exit to the south and then turns to the east.
Yes.
Yes, I am still drawing the map. Cool. Any other exits?
None that you see. Actually, make a perception check.
Alright. I shouldn't be the one doing this, but okay. 12.
None that you can see.
Well, if we're entering a new room, can't we all make perception checks?
Go ahead then.
14.
You don't see anything that's obviously an exit, but you do notice that the carvings on the walls have stopped. And you can't see any more from where you are.
10.
10? Same thing. I'll have Illyria do one for the hell of it. 8.
What
Nope.
about little boy, Devil?
Oh, sure, Devlin, the highest roller of all of you.
Also, want to point out the exits were magical. They were visibly magical, and I still have Detect Magic up.
Oh, yes. When you actually entered the large, not really large, sort of medium-sized open space, you can see that sort of different from the previous point in the maze, the sides of these walls are not magical. It appears that only specific ones are within the maze.
Okay.
Mhm.
Fair enough. So, is Devlin gonna roll?
Yeah, he is. Devlin conveys what he sees, and she conveys it back to you. There's no carvings in this room, and it appears to be somewhat blank when compared to the rest of the labyrinth. But you do know that Devlin sort of scouted ahead for a bit, that this passage ends in a dead end, and there appears to be a large shrine at the end of it. And Illyria tells you that there are more carvings on the shrine, but she can't make out what they say because she doesn't speak Draconic.
I don't suppose there's a way for Declan to relay them to me. Is there?
You're not. He's not your familiar, so there.
Or a way for her to like draw them in the dirt or something.
I'm gonna have to make her. I'm gonna make a roll for that, and that would be just a straight intelligence check.
Calligraphy check.
Yeah, calligraphy. Sure. Hey, Garmin, you pick either dexterity or intelligence for Illyria to.
Dex. I think her Dex is higher, isn't it?
All right, straight dexterity check.
It's the stupidest way I can rules lawyer that.
That is, but she also rolled a 1.
Oh, well, never mind then.
So
Oh boy, what hilarious message is she gonna misinterpret?
she instead she actually starts off okay. You see her successfully write the draconic word for far, but then she makes a little squiggle at the end and changes it.
Changes it to what?
Changes the word far to fart instead,
Of
and the
course she
rest of
does.
it is just messy cursive.
I was just imagining her drawing a penis by accident without really thinking about it.
There might be a dick in the scribbles, you don't know. If you'd like to make a perception check to see.
I would love to.
Go ahead.
I'd like to assist him with his perception check.
DC's not very high.
I rolled an 8, by the way. So
There's a dick. She drew
Okay.
a dick in there too.
okay.
Amazing.
Can I make an insight check to see whether that was intentional or if it was really accidental?
Sure, why not?
It's kind of going off the rails, but I don't care.
It is, but it's funny.
Also +1. Well, damn it. Okay.
This is the raccoon all over again.
It's a 9.
It was intentional.
Willow, you should be here at the sessions. It's not going well for you when you're not. So... Okay, do we want to check the shrine? Or...
I don't know. This sounds like some weird dragon fetish shit.
On the other hand,
Tiana, do you want to go down into the shrine?
Might let me figure out.
don't
how
see why
got
not.
Born.
I came here for two things and two things only: to punch shit and get sweet loot.
Cool. She can go first.
Alright, Kiana will go ahead and head into the room.
I mean, if it's a
As-
shrine, a monk should probably go there, right? That just makes sense.
You guys stand back a little bit as you watch Kiana enter the room with the shrine. Nothing happens as she walks up to the shrine. I don't see what all of you are so freaked out about. It's just a shrine.
I'm just kind of glad she didn't pick up on the part where I was commenting on the dragon banging, but okay.
the second to last shrine we met tried to kill us.
Oh yeah, the dragon head thing. Yeah, that was the thing. Man, that feels like months ago.
In reality, it's been like a week. Alright. Gurman, if you wish to read the inscription on this shrine, you may.
You will? I don't need to make a check for that, do I?
Nope.
Alright, let's see what this shit says.
Alright. From near and far, many have paid tribute to Tyrion. The sheer size of a red dragon's horde can only be measured and then I'm improving this. Fuck. Actually, no, I have this in my notes, so give me a sec.
Should I be writing this, or...?
Probably not. Yes. From near and far, many have paid tribute to Tyrion. A red dragon's horde can only be measured by the size of the dragon himself. And Tyrion's horde is the largest of them all. And that's what it says.
So from this, we're to assume that he's a big boy.
Yeah, from the way that was written, that sounds like dragons have to get more treasure. So if they get fat, they have to go out and get more shit. That's how that works. Apparently, that's.
Brendavan, I feel like you've lost something in translation.
Maybe. I mean, I don't speak Draconic. Maybe you just have to hear it in the original to understand the deeper meaning.
Can I speak Draconic as well?
You can. It's very guttural language, though.
I make a large number of grunting, throaty, guttural noises at them.
Do it right now. That's what it's. That's
or thereabouts is how it sounds.
I see. All according to.
German, he said the draconic word for abstinence.
Actually, I was going for an all according to Keikaku references, but sure. If that's what you want to do with it, that's fine.
I rolled and just fucking picked a random one.
I was literally about to say, translation note, means plan.
Okay. Bandok's going to have a look around the room, like poking in the corners, looking over the shrine.
Perception check. And Oven, I need you.
17.
I'm gonna roll a d10 for this.
Okay.
Okay. You have about four minutes left on your detect magic spell, and you actually sense at the there is something large and circular about the size of the shrine that is magical underneath it.
I hate to say it again, but I can't see through stone.
Oh, you can't?
Nope. It is blocked by stone. I can check the thickness of the stone to make absolutely sure, but...
Check the thickness, because I may have just revealed
1
something.
foot.
1 foot?
Yep, 1 foot of stone.
1 foot.
Hold on. Yeah, no, you can see through it.
Okay. Cool. There's magic shit down.
Yeah.
Down.
Bandok, with your roll of 17, as you look around the room, inspecting the walls, you actually get down on all fours and sort of peer at the corners, and you see about an inch-wide hole that goes through the wall into another section of the maze.
Could you say that again? I think I lost you.
Oh, sorry. You see an inch-wide hole, and through it you can see another part of the maze. Large hallway. Barely.
I don't know it's there yet, so... you do you.
Is the hole natural looking, or does it look unnatural?
Make a nature check.
$15.
You're not really attuned to nature that much, but from what you can tell, actually put your finger in there and sort of feel the hole. It feels very smooth, and you're like, this seems like it was made by something. It wasn't naturally occurring.
In future, Bandok's going to keep an eye out for similar holes in the walls as they...
All right. Make a note of that in player notes.
Now that we've seen him finger banging the hole in the wall, which direction is it pointing?
It is pointing east.
Okay, so it's pointing to the hallway that we didn't take before, that is the other path.
It is.
Can we see anything through it?
Make a perception check.
Should we all try, or...
Sure, why the hell not? Let's have every single person in the party. I'm not being sarcastic.
13.
The peanut gallery doesn't know shit.
Is it perception or investigation? Sorry.
Perception.
Perception.
13.
Arvin sees all.
Natural 20. Fucking nice. German.
All according to...
All according to abstinence. Hold on, I need to do something really quick.
I got a 14.
Gurman and Bandok and the rest of the Peanut Gallery, which is what I'm calling Kiana, Jovengard, and Illyria.
Okay.
You all don't see much. Oven, you sort of walk up real suavely, push Gurman aside, and lean down, look through
Jam his
there.
entire eyeball through the hole.
Yeah. Look down and only because you got a natural 20, you can see and hear something on the other side.
Okay.
It's very, very faint, but you can hear the sound of footsteps, and you actually see a boot hit the ground, and looking at it, you can see wisps of almost electrical energy careening off from this thing, but that's all you can see.
Which way is it pointing?
It is pointing, I'm gonna roll for this because I didn't decide previously. It is pointing towards the south.
Okay.
And it walks off towards that direction.
I pull back and just finger up to my lips. Just... Give it like a good 20 count. And then...
Alright.
Like, okay. Something just went to the south.
Hold on,
know
I
if
need
it
to...
followed us, or if it... I don't know, but it went that way. Do we want to follow it?
Oven, can you make a stealth check for me?
$19.
19. Doesn't appear to have noticed you, and it continues heading down towards the south.
Yes, no, follow, don't.
I think it might be wise to do so.
Alright. Now that you guys have decided to follow it, you guys are entering a tailing sequence.
Okay, just to check. Bandok, you with us? Out of character?
Yeah, I'm here.
He's just figuring that out. So actually mark this on the map. So whatever this thing is, you're going to be competing against its rolls. And depending on how you want to follow it, whether that be stealthily or quickly, I'll have you roll different things. If you want to do it stealthily, I'm going to need the three of you to make stealth checks, as well as general dexterity checks to keep up with. If you're just trying to run after this thing, I will need you all to make athletics checks.
I can handle athletics, but I cannot handle stealth.
I can handle stealth, but I don't think I can handle athletics.
I'm shit at both.
Aren't we just perfectly balanced?
Maybe we should have the familiars do it.
That's a good idea. I like that. So, Oven, you will be making rolls for Fwump, and I will be making rolls for Devlin.
What the fuck are Fwump stats?
They should be in companions.
Okay.
They are.
Thank you.
All right. You would just add his dex modifier to his stealth rolls, so
Okay,
it would just be a straight roll for you.
That's 0 then. He's not very good at anything.
I'll give you a +2 because he has +2 to sleight of hand as well.
All right.
And Devlin has +4 to stealth.
Yeah. It's fine. He's
Alright.
expendable anyway. I can just resummon him.
Devlin is not, however. All right. So, you guys will be following, I'd say, a good 200 feet back, and I won't make you roll for any stealth checks as you send your familiars forward. But, just as a general check, I need you to roll athletics for Fwump, and I will roll athletics for Devlin. Just add his strength modifier.
Athletics?
Yeah, to see how fast they can leg it.
His strength modifier is -3, by the way.
I am aware. He's not that quick.
No, he's a fat boy. Fucking Christ.
He is a thick boy. Devlin rolled a
His
6.
endurance better be ridiculous.
2. So yeah.
Two.
He sort of oozes along.
Well, you're lucky whatever it was rolled shit too. So,
I'm a big boy.
just as a sort of question to you guys, and this is, I will warn you, this is very important. Are you going to just tell me when you want to stop following the thing, and I will describe it as it goes along. Just tell me when you want to stop, and I'm going to be letting you know when you need to make rolls. So, Fwump and Devlin zoom off ahead, Fwump kind of trailing behind because he is a thick boy. Yeah. So as you guys walk out of the passage, your familiars relaying the information back to you via your telepathy. The familiars have caught the scent of this thing, but not the sight of it. Does your familiar work? Can you feel your senses through your familiar, Avin? Yes. Okay, so
Hang on, let me double check, but I'm like 99% sure.
I know a pseudo dragon can, and I'll have a relation to you.
Okay. Within. Okay. When your familiar is within 100 feet of you, you can communicate with it telepathically. Additionally, as an action, you can see through your familiar's eyes and hear what it hears until the start of your next turn.
Alright, so you guys are Avin and Illyria. I'm going to have... Hold on. Based on this roll. Okay, you guys don't need to roll for stealth right now. You're pretty far away from whatever this might be. Avin, and both Avin and Illyria, through your senses, you smell the faint scent of ozone. As you guys follow about 100 feet back, the rest of the party tailing behind because they're not as stealthy, you go down the other passage you neglected to before.
Yep.
1, 2 straight, 1, 2 right. Okay, so going down the passage, your familiars convey that the scent is coming from a left passage that heads towards the east, as whatever this was has turned that way. Do you guys wish to follow?
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes.
Sure.
Okay. You guys continue down the path.
I'm gonna have to just... I don't want to be responsible for Illyria's dragon, who is not horrible to me. So I'm gonna let DM Fiat decide when dragon would break off, if that's okay.
I will.
Okay, thank you.
Can you roll perception for Fwump, and I will roll perception for...
Okay. What's his perception? Oh, +1. Cool. He's got +1. 3. Awesome. That's great. 3. Fucking.
Devlin rolls with advantage.
Fwump doing work.
Fwump is kind of huffing and puffing because he's a little winded, but
Alright, it was a good joke, but in hindsight, maybe a fat familiar might not have been the best idea in the world. Okay, I admit it.
But Devlin has managed to peek around the corner and actually catch sight of thing. And Illyria describes its appearance to you, and Fwump manages to catch up and catch sight of it too. I will describe this for the viewers and post this picture in.
Okay.
You see a very tall humanoid, about as tall as Bandok, walking down the path. You can see its hands are coated in some sort of electrical energy, and its entire body is as well. It's wearing what appears to be leather armor, and has a longbow and a great axe, strung across its back. You see wisps of faint electrical energy, rising off of what appears to be a skull in the hood of this figure.
What kind of check to identify the creature?
That would be a religion check.
Anyone want to help me with?
I can't
I'll
think
volunteer
of
for
that
that.
elsewhere currently.
Do you guys choose to stop or keep following it?
Practically speaking, what do we get from following it anymore now that we know what it is? It's in a
You have to.
labyrinth. It's going wherever it goes into a labyrinth. Unless it happens to know where it's going, which would be surprising, frankly.
Oven, is that your religion check? Oh, no, that's your perception. That's Fwump's perception.
So, is Bandok making the religion check, or am I?
You can as well.
Honestly, Arvin has the best religion of all of us.
Oven, you can make it.
Does he?
Pick one of
Yeah.
you guys to make the check.
Alright, I'm breaking off and telling Flump to come back. I'll make
Alright.
a check.
Flump comes back. Devlin needs to roll. Flump and Devlin both need to roll stealth check.
Come back, big boy.
Devlin has advantage. Does he have advantage on stealth, or is it perception, not stealth? Okay.
He has advantage on perception, you said. So.
Not stealth, though.
Yeah. Oh, fat boy, no! Fat
Why
boy,
is
no!
Fwump rolling twos? Nothing
don't
but
know.
twos.
All right. Before we get to what happens with that, Oven, make your religion check.
Can't believe
Religion.
I have the best religion. It's ridiculous. 10.
Can he make it with advantage if I help?
Yes.
$15.
From your studies, Oven, you've heard of this creature before. You don't exactly you do remember its name. This is a Fulman. It is an infernal being that hold on, I need to read the description of this thing. It is the ghost of a fighter long passed away. In life, this creature sold its soul to a devil in exchange for power. And now it is suffering the consequences, trapped in the mortal world, cursed to hunt forever.
Well, that's cheery.
So what was Fwump's stealth roll?
4.
4.
Okay, I'm gonna make Devlin's stealth roll right now versus the creature's perception. So, through the eyes of your familiar, you see the creature stop. It turns its head back towards Fwump, and then fast as lightning,
Does Fwump know that it's been spotted?
Fwump needs to make a perception check for that. Devlin will make one first to notice if he's been spotted.
18.
He does. 18. Fwump definitely knows he's been.
Okay, I break the connection and I'm chasing them down.
You break the connection with Fwump. Are you calling him back to you, or?
I'm calling him back, but it's
All
gonna
right.
be meaningless because he's gonna fucking die if I don't chase them down and do something. So I'm chasing
What's
them down.
Fwump's armor class?
Does he even have one? Like, it's gonna be 10 is his armor class. It's base.
All right. The last thing you see before Fwump and disappears and reappears back on your shoulder is the tip of an arrow sparking with electrical energy as
One
it slams
second.
into the ground.
I don't think my familiar can teleport, is what I'm looking up.
Can't you dismiss him and then call him back?
Yes, I can dismiss him and call him back.
That's what I was saying.
But I wouldn't do that while Devlin is still there because Devlin can't be called back.
Okay. So the arrow impacts, you see through Fwump's eyes, right before you break the connection, the arrow impacting the, right in front of him as the creature draws another arrow, pulls it back. Are you guys running towards it?
I am. I don't know about anyone else.
I'll come
Yeah,
with.
Valvin's running, Bandok's running.
Everyone make an athletics check.
I like my animal. Don't put ... there.
18.
Devlin's AC is 13.
8.
Seven.
Bandok, you actually get there first as you whip around the corner and you see this thing knock an arrow and release it towards Devlin.
Can I get within 10 feet of that arrow?
Make one more athletics check.
Great.
23!
Spicy meatball.
You dash forward, as time almost seems to slow down as the arrow sails through the sky, electrical energy sparking off of it. It gets about within a foot of Devlin's face before it suddenly turns to the side and goes right towards you. It hits you successfully, dealing 9 points of thunder damage. I need you to make a Constitution.
$15.
The arrow, as it hits you, it explodes with a bang, and you just managed to cover your ears before the sound hits you, but you feel like that might have shattered your eardrum.
Can I use Stone's Endurance as a reaction throw?
Yes, you can. To reduce the damage.
Right, Stone's Endurance. Right, 1d12 plus 2.
Mhm.
5.
Alright. As the rest of you rear around the corner, you see this creature now at full size. It's very towering compared to the rest of you. It puts the longbow on its back and draws from its back in one hand a massive hooked great axe. In its other hand, it lifts up. And Oven, I need you to make an Arcana check real quick.
Okay, I can do that. That is good. Don't roll another 2, please. 17. That's not a 2. That's good.
You see energy sparking off its hands, and it's strange. It looks very, very familiar spell, just a different element. And then you recognize the spell. Oh, fuck. You think. That's a fireball spell.
Oh.
And
Goody.
that's where we're gonna cut it off for today. Since you're combining the two previous ones.
Well, as always, it was a pleasure adventuring and almost getting killed with you.
Almost.
As always, yes.
So, fun fact about fireballs. Max damage was more than fucking kill me. Okay, right. Willow, I hope you appreciate me trying to save your dragon, cause we're all gonna die for it. I'm kind of sorry about that.
Can I just ask what that arrows to hit was?
+5. Got an 18.
Right. Fucking archers. On the bright side, I get to try out my new shield.
On the
It's
bright side, you
especially
saved Devlin's fucking life.
Yeah.
The Sam dice really came through when I needed them there.
Yeah, that.
He would have died had you not gotten within 10 feet.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll start the next session off with that combat.
Is my
Oh,
raccoon
Alright.
still
so
alive?
freaking owes me.
Not entirely clear. Is my raccoon still alive, or is he
He's
dead?
alive.
Okay.
The Fulman missed him. He rolled a 4 + 5 to 9.
Yeah. So I guess the second shot was the one that was going to. Okay, that's cool.
Apparently, when Fwump is involved, all rules turn to shit.
Yeah, he's like a bad luck charm. So cool.
You should totally count him as a crow.
I get it.
Eh.
Yeah. Great.
If we can somehow figure out how to enchant him with bad luck and just throw him at the enemy.
Okay. I'm not doing that.
Yeet! If you yeet Fwump at an enemy, I will make them roll a wisdom saving throw to not be absolutely terrified
That's beautiful.
of a
Can
fucking.
I put him on my shield?
I'm
Just
so
sort
about
of-
this that I'll fucking allow it.
Just fucking spread out like fucking flying squirrel on the front of your shield.